The Georgia sun beat down on a quiet Sunday, its heat wrapping around James Carter as he floated in his backyard pool, a paperback resting on his chest. His lawn, greener than any in the neighborhood, and his blooming roses were a testament to years of hard work. But the peace shattered when a sharp voice cut through the cicadas' hum. It's pathetic they're letting anyone by here now. No class. The speaker was Noah, the smug teenage son of the HOA president, standing at James's property line in a pastel polo, his words dripping with malice aimed at James's skin color. Before James could fire back, Noah's mother, Victoria Hayes, appeared, her silver blonde hair and crisp blazer exuding predatory authority. Flanked by her allies Ellen, a sharp-faced redhead, and Claire, whose smile was as cold as her eyes, they were a trio James silently called the Council of Control. Victoria's gaze swept his yard with contempt before she announced, "We need to discuss something." Her tone was a command, not a request. She declared James's backyard, with its pristine pool and wide patio, the perfect venue for the HOA's summer social. The demand stunned him. "My property?" he asked, sitting up on his lounger, sunglasses pushed up. Victoria pressed on, citing community unity and bylaws, but when James refused, her voice turned icy. "We've noticed issues with your property. That fence color isn't approved. The pergola, did you get committee clearance? Fines pile up fast. Liens get ugly." The threat was naked: comply or be crushed. Noah's smirk widened, savoring his mother's power play. Outmaneuvered, James nodded, but the sting of being forced out of his own home for their event fueled a burning vow for retribution. The day of the social was torture. James sat in a diner across town, clutching a coffee, his phone buzzing with photos of strangers splashing in his pool, trampling his grass, and toasting on his patio. Victoria's caption, "Grateful to our generous host," was a brazen lie that twisted his gut. That night, cleaning the mess left behind, James's anger crystallized into a plan. He would topple their corrupt reign using their own tools, the bylaws, the records, their arrogance. A project manager by trade, James turned his dining room into a command center littered with HOA documents and notes. He spent nights in the community records room, sifting through budgets and contracts. A tip from an elderly neighbor, Mr. Lawson, pointed to a shady paving contract with Pinnacle Solutions, a company with no trace beyond a massive payment. Digging deeper, James traced a cashier's check to a P.O. box in a grimy industrial town. At a dingy mail shop, a bribed clerk described a fancy, young man with a trendy haircut and a blue sports car picking up the check. James's pulse quickened. It was Noah. His investigation took a wild turn when he tailed Noah to a rundown warehouse district. In a vibrant underground club called Neon Pulse, James uncovered Noah's secret. He was Velvet Flame, a dazzling drag queen commanding the stage in a gown matching his car's hue. The revelation was earth-shaking. Noah, the racist brat, was funding a queer-friendly art scene with stolen HOA money, laundered through a fake company. The hypocrisy was a weapon too explosive to ignore. James knew he needed allies. He reached out to other targeted families. The Thompsons, an elderly black couple fined for a satellite dish. The Ramirezes, a Latino family cited for a piñata. And the Singhs, an Indian family harassed over wind chimes. With Colonel Bennett, a retired military man, Dr. Lopez, a fiery surgeon, and Anika, a sharp lawyer, they formed a secret alliance. Their plan, confront the HOA at the annual meeting, using the bylaws to secure a platform. James held Velvet Flame as his final card, to be played only if Victoria denied the financial crimes. The meeting crackled with tension. The usually sparse room was packed, thanks to their quiet outreach, with a local journalist in attendance. Victoria, Ellen, and Claire sat smugly at the front, oblivious to the storm. Colonel Bennett opened with a damning map of discriminatory fines, marking every minority household. Dr. Lopez followed, his voice raw as he recounted his daughter's pain at being singled out. Anika exposed the board's procedural failures, dismantling their authority. Then James took the stage, his PowerPoint unveiling the fraud. Pinnacle Solutions, a ghost company, a cashier's check to Noah, and a check from a gallery to Horizon Planners LLC, Victoria's shell company. The room gasped. Victoria screamed, "Lies! Forged documents! My son's innocent!" Her denial triggered James's final move. He clicked to a folder labeled Velvet Flame. A stunning photo of Noah in drag filled the screen, his vibrant persona a stark contrast to his public bigotry. The room erupted. Victoria lunged for the laptop, but Colonel Bennett blocked her. "Enough," he said, his calm unyielding. Her accusations of James being a stalker fell flat. The crowd saw her as a thief and liar. James sealed it with a video of Noah in his sports car, bought with stolen funds, tying the fraud to their family. The fallout was swift. Within days, Victoria, Ellen, and Claire resigned, facing a criminal probe spurred by the journalist's article. The new board, led by Colonel Bennett, issued a fine amnesty and an apology. James reclaimed his pool, floating under the sun with his allies, now friends, their laughter a victory song. Weeks later, Noah sent a letter from a new city, apologizing for his bigotry and revealing Velvet Flame's upcoming show. Forgiveness was uncertain, but James savored the quiet triumph of his reclaimed sanctuary, the cicadas' song a testament to justice won.